Good morning, Ms. Doss. First of all, my colleagues and I, Jessica, Graham, and myself, Sue, are very happy to have you here on a chilly Saturday morning to listen to us present to you today. And today we have for you Cognitive Interactive Programming for Prosperity. And without further ado, let's get started. So let me just highlight some of the things that has brought your company so or your organization so successful today. Some of the comments that have been said from your clients, such as, "It was the first time in my life I saw myself reflected in a group of other people. It made me feel real, valid, and loved." These are the comments that and testimonials that have been heard from your clients throughout this whole process of what your organization has been today. So going through our executive summary today, first of all, Cognitive Interactive teaches children with autism how to develop video games. Children with autism are given an incredible chance to be included and build skills and feel like they're a part of a community and become independent by themselves. Followed by cognitive interaction needs to develop a streamlined strategy to expand successfully moving forward into the next few years. So going through our agenda today, we will be identifying some of the problems, followed by a thorough analysis, and then a strategic recommendation, followed by an implementation, how to implement this strategy that we will have for you, and finally identifying some risk and how to mitigate them. So first of all, our primary problem is that you need a strategy to accommodate this expansion that you're planning to go into in 2018. And some of the issues that encompass this whole thing is that whether you should decide to go as a not-for-profit or a social enterprise, and how are you going to do that and how are you going to obtain it, and also identifying these target markets that you want to streamline into moving into 2018, as well as differentiating some of your competitive advantages. This is the strategy that will take you forward and moving on with being able to be competitive in within other organizations. So going through our analysis today, first we have some of the goals that we have identified as your organization. These are the goals that we have taken into account as we were going through what we have for you as a strategy. First of all, your first primary goal is to provide a social environment for autistic kids to feel like they are a part of a community, to feel like they are independent by themselves, and that they will have meaningful employment moving forward when they have graduated from your organization, understanding how to develop video games, as well as understanding these technical professional skills that will help them move forward, as well as meeting the needs of everyone. So understanding what these autistic kids need and making them feel like they will be compatible with the outside world, that even though that they do have some disabilities, that they are able to be on par with as they would say, normal people. And now, going through, we have identified, so whether or not to go as a not-for-profit and as a social enterprise, we've broken down into you with the goals that you have in your organization, as well as just dividing them based on either we should go for not-for-profit or as a social enterprise. So first of all, understanding the community atmosphere between the difference of as being a not-for-profit entity as compared to social enterprise. First of all, you will be having 15 clients per class if you are a not-for-profit. 15 isn't really a high number. 20 might be too much and 10 might be too little. So we figured that 15 might be a feasible amount of people to make sure that they have equal attention. As compared to social enterprise with only 5, yes, there is only 5, but then again, you will be charging extra to these parents, and whether or not these parents can afford classes for their autistic child, that is something that you need to consider. Another thing is the optimal skill training. With 15 clients per class and having a ratio of 3 to 1, this will give the the autistic kids better interaction with the instructor and better understanding. That way instructors get to know what they can focus and how to achieve these goals for each autistic kid, as well as meeting the needs for everyone. So currently, as a not-for-profit, you are targeting 5% of 250,000 database that you have collaborated with Autism Ontario. And from comparing 5% as to 1%, you are able to target a lot more people as compared to a small community with being a social enterprise. So we figured that if that is the case, the not-for-profit will be the best streamline to go into. And now Graham will take you through the rest of our analysis.
Thank you, Sue. Okay, so defining the strategy between the not-for-profit and social enterprise completely changes which direction we might go. So now that we've chosen not-for-profit for you, we can move forward and figure out what the best way of moving forward with this new entity is. So we figured that once we've decided to become a not-for-profit entity, we think that leveraging technology to be able to market it to the wider base, the 5% of the potential 250,000 clients in the Autism Ontario database. We figure we want to get to as many of them as possible to meet that 5% goal to boost enrollment and make the program really awesome. So we figured that we could leverage technology and maybe buff up the new website a bit, make it new, make it exciting, attract as many people as you can to buff up the membership. So we think one of the first ways you can do that is to showcase some of the students' work. Now they've been working really hard, all ages, to be able to develop video games, design video games, all the way from beginners to all the way to advanced, where they might actually be employable. So what better way to showcase it than to actually just put it right on the website, maybe some interactive videos or even a demo of the game they could play right on the website to just boost that membership. And so other potential clients will be able to look at this and say, hey, that's really great, we'd love to do that. Testimonials. As we've seen before, you've had some amazing testimonials already. Why not boost that? Push it even further. If you get more clients to get more testimonials, it'll spread the word. And some of the written testimonials, that's probably only a fraction of what maybe they've been only verbally saying through word of mouth. So the more testimonials they'll have, the more good word is out there to leverage the program. This new website will definitely encourage clients sign up because of these testimonials and the students' work. But not only that, but it'll also provide opportunities for volunteers and people looking to have a career in this, maybe become a facilitator to help these individuals make these video games awesome and realize their dreams. And the potential testing of client-developed video games. So some of the bigger video game companies, it appears, are looking to try to hire some of the clients that you have. So being able to have that being tested and maybe having the demo of the video game on the website, maybe show some more prospective big companies to come in and help maybe fund or sponsor or encourage the potential clients and say, oh cool, that really big video game company is looking at this website, I would definitely want to sign up for this program. So I think the website will be an extremely valuable opportunity to improve for marketing it moving forward. And then hitting on the third of the secondary issues here is demonstrating the value to society. There's a high competitiveness for the funding. Now that we've decided that you should go for the not-for-profit entity, there's going to be competition for funding for different grants that you might be able to acquire. And we think that you guys have an excellent competitive advantage. So the value to society is a really big important factor in acquiring these grants. And we've come up with 3 really important ones that we think are an excellent value of how you demonstrate value to society with the autistic children. So employability, it builds real world skills for these big companies to come in and say, hey, this person's really good at what they do. Like they're awesome at it. We should hire them. This gives these autistic kids an unprecedented chance of making it in the real world, and we think that's really awesome. As well as community building within the classroom. That it'll foster the safe learning environment amongst the other students, so they'll be their clients. So they'll be able to maybe give each other tips. So if one person knows how to design one part of the video game better than the other, and the other person knows how to conceptually imagine something. They can exchange ideas right within the classroom without even the facilitator's help. So it'd be great to have that community built, as well as it promotes inclusivity. So everyone's able to share ideas, the facilitators are able to help as much as they can, and if the facilitators can promote a really safe, inclusive environment, they're gonna be just so happy about being there, and it's gonna rocket those testimonials that you'll have on your website. And society integration, like I mentioned before, it'll build confidence for them. They'll say, wow, I can go to this program, I can develop these skills, do what I love doing, and they get hired for it. Like, why wouldn't they sign up for it? It's awesome. So they'll be able to flourish in the real world where there might otherwise be barriers and other opportunities that they might have. So giving them this confidence is just an extraordinary value to society that only you can provide, because other competitors do not have this sort of program. So we think that this will sustain your competitive advantage, differentiate you enough to really be able to competitively leapfrog over the other people vying for those grants and secure that funding for future prosperity. So after some of our analyses, we've hinted at what our recommendation is, but we'd love to summarize what our strategic recommendation is for you here. So, become a not-for-profit entity. We've demonstrated the avenues of not-for-profit and social entity. We feel that with the values and the goals that you set forth, the best way to do that and to realize that and to maximize how to capitalize on that social value is to become a not-for-profit entity. Expanding the market share to 10 facilities by 2018 is a really aggressive strategy. And one of the strongest ways to do that is to build up the website, build up the credibility of the testimonials and the showcasing of the client's work, and we think that'll be an excellent avenue to pursue for that. And demonstrating the value to society to obtain funding over the other competitors would be an excellent maneuver to be able to move forward with the long-term strategy. So building on just that third piece and digging in just a little bit, some of the organizations from the information provided, we think these are the best ones to target to gather that funding, and we think these are the ones that will have the highest success with. So the For the Love of a Child Fund, the President's Choice Children's Charity, and Angels with Autism. Due to their criteria, we think that these are the best targets for you to have for the funding, and these will help with the long-term success. And that's with the strategic recommendation. How are we going to do it? I'll let Jessica take you through how we're going to be able to get this done for you.
Thanks, Graham. So like my colleagues have displayed to you today, a company or organization that revolves around technology should leverage their technology to gather their membership and also their partners that they're moving forward with, so their facilitators and their instructors. So to accommodate your expansion moving forward, we've created a 3-year implementation plan that will take you right through 2018, where we can fulfill your goal of expanding into 10 cities. In the first short term, we're looking at 2 weeks. So this we're going to start right away. We bet you're super excited about our recommendation and want to start right now. So right away, we're going to contact our grant writer, because that was something that's really going to help facilitate our movements going forward. We recognize that there's a cost incurred with this, but the grants that you'll get back are really going to be outweigh those costs initially. We're also going to contact universities. So we're expanding into 3 cities initially. Following the first 2 weeks, and this is just gathering what universities we want a partnership with. We also want to improve our website. So like I said, we are going to facilitate moving forward by really leveraging the website that you have. We feel that the values that you really need to showcase to your members moving forward to get the grants and really showcase your value in your organization can't really be told, it has to be seen. And through the photos that you provided us with, we really got your values of your company. People need to witness the success of this organization and the kids that you're helping really achieving wonderful things using your program. So we're going to market to volunteers and instructors also through this website. We understood that the current process you're using is a little complicated and too complex for you. Utilizing your website and really making full advantage of it is going to help you acquire really quality volunteers. In addition, showcasing what your organization is about is going to give them a story of who your organization is and if there's a good fit with them. So moving into the next year, we're going to expand to these cities, and we've chosen Ottawa, Toronto, and Montreal. And we're going to start summer programming, and we've drew back a little bit. Instead of offering the 5 programs that you currently do, we're offering the first 3 in the first year of your expansion. So this would be the video game basics, the intro to coding, and the coding camp. Because coding camp is a prerequisite for your advanced technology, we don't see a point at advertising that until your members have followed through with this prerequisite. In addition, the volunteers that you're bringing on are going to be new, and we need to scale back in order for them to really get a fit of your company. So moving forward into the future, when we expand to those 5 programs, they're fully ready, know what your company about, and also have really developed key relationships with the clients. We're going to hire instructor and facilitators, and we do have costs in our appendix for that. And we're going to initiate the program and maintain success on the website by constantly improving and adding new material, so when people come to your website, it's constantly updated. So moving into the long term, February 2016 and beyond, we're going to launch into the remaining 7 cities. We know that you're such a successful company, and moving off the ground into your 3 expansions into the prior year is going to get you really ready for this further expansion. Especially by this time, you'll have developed a key sort of criteria for who your volunteers are and what you're going to be looking for. So you're going to follow a similar protocol by getting the 3 facilitators per 15 students, instructors per 15 students, the facilitators, and the $200 rooms from the university. We're going to keep updating our website with new content from past expansions, and we're going to provide feedback surveys so we can keep maintaining and tweaking our practices to keep in order with these expansions we're going through. You've said that each group of students in each different city requires a tailored program, and so using a slow process by just adapting 3 programs of your 5 and having a slow expansion is going to really allow you to tailor the program. So by this time, we missed a point on our feedback, but we're also going to go back to those 3 initial expansions and offer the remaining 5 programs at this point. Now we have the prerequisites already done. The clients that you've developed a really great client base moving forward, and we can tailor the remaining 2 programs to the city that we're expanding to. So I'll take you through some risks and mitigations through this. So the risk is unable to secure the funding, and their mitigation for this is to scale back your programs initially, hire in staffing, and leverage volunteers to drive growth. You've said that the philanthropy behind your program is very strong, and volunteers are eager to help you. It's a great cause. Like my colleagues have said over and over again, we find it very amazing how you're helping the youth of your communities really prosper and allow them to have a skill base to move forward into their future. So the growth is slowing. That's the second risk, but to mitigate that, we're going to evaluate the current marketing plans to find what works and what doesn't work, and leverage with the website where it needs to. So the website we're really relying heavily on, but your organization really revolves around technology, so we feel it is a really great platform to move forward and help you with your expansion. So to kind of sum up, we want you to become a not-for-profit entity because it really parallels with the values of your company, and that is the most important to us. We want to provide these youth with a community where they can feel at home and form a base where they can really demonstrate to each other the potential they have before they head into the real world. We want you to expand your market share by expanding into 10 cities in 3 years. So this is your goal set forward, and we have full confidence that you'll be able to achieve this with the steps that we've provided you with. And we're also going to demonstrate value to your society. You said that this is a key part of providing funding, is demonstrating the social benefit that comes from your program. And through the videos that we're going to be posting on the website and the testimonials that really grab at your heart, and all the other suggestions that we've come from you, we feel that that's a great way to really demonstrate the potential of your amazing program and development to attain funds. So we'd like to close now and ask for questions you might have.
Thank you. I'll start. One of my goals is to be able to have a $60,000 salary a year. Will this be doable?
With the grants that we are about to get, as well as some of the revenues that we have come up with, you might not be able to get $60,000 on the first year, but definitely moving forward after the expansion and all that, after your program has been more established in the society, yes, you will be able to get that $60,000.
Thank you.
Expanding so quickly into the other communities is what if it fails?
That's a really great question. So how are we going to successfully implement your program into 10 cities? You've demonstrated in the past that just in 2 months you've acquired thousands of dollars. So you're a really great company with huge potential. Expanding, although it is fast, the programs that we're offering are scaled back. So instead of offering the intensive and advanced care, we're just offering the first 3 preliminary ones for that initial year of expansion. That way you're dealing with maybe the younger crowd. You don't have to hire as much, and you can really gain a really good partnership base before expanding into your full program. And then you can kind of take it from there. And like I said, tailoring is very important to you, to the communities that you're expanding into. So expanding the 3 programs into those first initial cities allow you to really adapt the program to where you're launching and the youth that you're targeting. And through the knowledge through those 3 years, I mean, looking at your history now, the success that you've come up until now, we're fully confident that by the 3rd year, you're going to be fully ready to expand into 7 cities.
So in the expansion mode, knowing full well what my competencies are in my company, or my organization, what do you think, where do you think I'm going to spend the best part of my time? How will I resource myself well to make this expansion possible? Am I spending it in the right spot or not?
I think part of that is having expansion. I've seen companies, not just not-for-profits, but other companies, who expand too quickly. They stumble, they fall, they're going to have to scale back. It loses tons of money over the time and a lot of time wasted. Maybe people laid off if they're employed. It's kind of a mess. So we think that one of the best key things to do is to really hone in on hiring the right people and the right volunteers to expand into those. And again, like Jessica was saying, starting small and really focusing on those core programs, we'll be able to flourish and develop a bit more. So investing money in the right people and really focusing on getting off to a right start, kind of slowly but surely, but steadily as well on the schedule, will help really establish a strong foundation so it doesn't crumble if you expand too fast. Or if you get to the 10 cities, it doesn't feel like you have to scale back and lose all this money and time. So having that strong foundation will be the best way forward.
So then I should hire to help me expand. That's
Correct.
what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
How are we gonna work with those 3 companies you identified, like Angels for Autism and so on? Are they gonna help us build these, get into these facilities, or is it more about using them as an alliance to expand the sponsorship? How are we gonna work with them?
So that's why we actually hired our grant filer. So he or she will be in charge of making a proposal and all that, in hope that they will be able to fund us with our program, as well as hiring people, as well as building up these expansions. So we will take all these grants and see how we can divide them equally based on how we want to expand further.
Here's a secondary question. You know, I like this comment, a technology company should use technology. The parents of these children don't use technology. They don't know how to turn the iPad on. How are you going to connect to some of these key stakeholders like the parents?
That's a great question. So how we're going to reach out to these parents is through that database that we originally have through Autism Ontario. We have connections with 250,000 families who are affected by autism. Sending them even a link through email to our website will give them direct access. And as soon as that video pops up, it's easy enough. You sit back and watch and you see the amazing value that comes from your organization.